Hello, my name is Adonai Briseño. Today I'm going to explain to you the implementation of my course called Improving Reading Levels through Blended Learning Models. The learning management system that I used was Canvas. Let's talk about the introduction video. Blended learning lets you take a portion of the time that is traditionally done face to face and you use online instruction during that time in a K through 12 setting. It might mean that you are working with a software program that gives you some basic feedback and basic guidance to the students. The beauty of technology is that it is really good at delivering data to the student, and then it is great at delivering that experience data back to the teacher. And when the teacher has the data, we can level our instruction approximately to where those students are at. Okay, now let's talk about guidelines and expectations. The student need to read carefully to fully understand the expectation for learning activities and behavior throughout this course that include 5 weeks. Let's see some assignments and behavior rules, classroom rules. About the assignment, learning activity will be given weekly. Check your weekly folder to make sure you know what assignments you have for the week. Each learning activity and assignment will have directions written at the top of the page, letting you know how to complete the activity. Learning activity will always be due at 4 p.m. on Fridays unless Mr. Briseño gives another instruction. If you need help with an assignment, you can ask your classmates for help first. If none of them can help, then ask Mr. Briseño. Okay, let's see about some behavior rules. All students should remain focused when working on assignment. Listen and follow in directions. Raise your hand before speaking or leaving your seat. All students are expected to check the online course daily for updates. Students should actively participate in discussion and or group activities daily. Students should be respectful to classmates and teacher at all times. Listen to the teacher when she or he speaks. Champs. I decided to include Champs as the classroom management that we use from our district. Champs classroom management is a model that aims to improve student behavior plus strengthen learning engagement through a strategic system of clearly defined expectation. It supports the idea that learners need to see and practice certain behaviors so that they are active participants in successfully managing their own conduct. Champs, each letter means conversation. Speak with your partner if needed. Help. Seek help from your partner or group activity. You may work independently or with a partner. Movement. Remain seated in your designated center area. Participation. You should be reading, writing, and on task. Success. Yes, let's reach success. Okay, let's go to the syllabus. Course objective. The main goal is to help students develop their foundational skills, specifically in their reading fluency and grade levels. Also, students will use all online and digital resources available in the school, combined with teacher assistance through blended learning models, where they are going to share their work, reflect on their growth, and develop the cover models, letting them have the opportunity to use their creativity in a blended learning environment. Okay, let's look at the student learning outcomes. Here we can see the learning goals, objective, target, learning activities, assessment activities. On building a foundational, a student will identify and manipulate units of sound in oral language for the Tier 2 and Tier 3 learners. Also, students will be working on spelling short and long vowels. We can see the learning activity, the assessment activity, very, very detailed. Application. Student will read with precision, accuracy, and automaticity and show comprehension in different kinds of text. It's time to move on and talk about the modules. Let's start with week 1. On week 1, we have learning target, learning activities, comprehension reading workshop, general characteristic, foundational skill, work phonemic warners, phonics, alphabet knowledge, and we have to the selection summative assessment. And each week, one of the most important detail that teacher need to keep in mind is the time, the intervention time. Why? Why? This is one of the most important part of the day because in this time we have some activities really important like fluency activities or phonemic awareness activities. Here the link for those activities that we will have in this course. For week 2, 3, 4, and 5, I will be implementing the same academic structure. It is very important to remember that every week teachers need to be focused on student needs and follow up their progress to determine what would be the next learning target, goals, and activities that best match with the student progress. During the small group, this is the most important point in this course. The small group. Why? Because during the small group or intervention time, it's when teacher will measure where students are at. When we are working on specific academic areas as reading skills, the summative assessment will help us to know where students are on their reading comprehension. However, to measure their reading fluency, it needs to be addressed through weekly process and be focused on their reading fluency passages. Next, I am going to show you and read some questions and answers related to this assessment. Answer that I want to share with you. Okay, let's start reading the first question. What learning management system or other digital sharing platform like Google Docs are you planning to use and why? I decided to use Canvas as the learning management system. And the reason is because it is a great tool to get a grading assignment easily and very fast. Also, it helps teacher and student to be connected with the course, saving time and other more benefits that it includes. Another question that I want to share with you that I consider that is very important is this one. Is this student centered or teacher led? The course was created to be implemented in both ways, student centered and teacher led, And the reason is because we are implementing blended learning models as a learning method. The integration of teacher-led instruction with digital technology is the hallmark of blended learning, which has been gaining popularity in elementary schools. Is the course blended or fully online? This is a blended learning course. Absolutely, this is a blended learning course. Students will be able to attend in-person classes Monday through Friday, and some activities and assessment will be 100% online. The integration face-to-face combined with online resources is a great tool to reach the academic goals, especially with students in elementary schools.